Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful flower vase artwork using these colorful felts. Besides colorful felt, you'll need a felting needle and a felting mat. Since I don't have one, I'm using a piece of white styrofoam as my base. To start, I placed a piece of purple felt on the styrofoam and began needling it to make it more compact. Now I'm flipping it over to work on the other side. Now I'm adding a piece of felt in this color to the bottom part as the table. Then I needle the whole piece again to secure everything in place. Dear friends, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you'll be informed of my weekly tutorials. And don't forget to like the video, because it helps it get recommended to more people. Now I'm starting to create the vase using this blue felt. Now I'm going to add some leaves using different shades of green felt. Take a small piece of felt and shape it in your hands, then needle it in place where you want it. Now, I'm going to add some more leaves using a different shade of green. I take a small piece of felt, shape it in my hands, and start needling it into place. Next, I'll use a slightly different green and, following the same method as before, add more leaves onto the artwork. Now, I create little circles from this green felt and carefully needle them onto the artwork. Now I'm going to add stems to these two parts. I take a piece of felt, shape it in my hands, and needle it into place where I want it. At this stage, I'm going to create flowers using these colors. Now, I'll use dark blue felt to make the petals of the flowers. Now I'm starting with a lighter blue and using smaller pieces to work on the inside of the flowers. Now, I'm making a small circle from yellow felt and needling it into the center of the flower. Now, I'm going to create another style of flower using these colors. Take a small piece of this felt, shape it in your hands like before, and needle it onto the artwork. If you want the petals to look more raised and dimensional, needle in the center. As you can see, since I needle felted more in the center, the flower has become more raised and dimensional. Now I'm using this color for the center of the flower and needle felting it in place. I needle felted the center a little more, and this is the result. Now I'm making a small circle with this color and needle felting it in the center. Now I'm going to make another flower using this color. Now I'm going to make a different flower using these two colors. As you can see, while needling, you can also shape the felt at the same time. Now I'm using this green color to needle felt the bottom part of the flower. In this section, I'm going over it again with the needle so the petals are more visible and defined. Now I'm making a smaller flower like the previous one and needling it here. Now I'm going to make another flower using these 3 colors of felt. At this stage, to make the artwork more beautiful, I'm adding a few of these magenta circles. After finishing the work, you can gently remove the felt surface from the mat. And this is the result. See you in the next video. Goodbye.